10 subtle signs your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma. Hello and welcome to the Smart Short Break series. And I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach. I help you master confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. It is an amazing, beautiful Monday afternoon here from where I'm streaming from Nigeria, West Africa. And today, we're not talking about the obvious signs, we're talking about the silent, subtle signs. We're not talking about the feeling tired, avoiding books, struggling to focus. Those are obvious signs, right? You've already heard about those and all of that. Hello, hey, Mr. Chris in the building. Yeah. So good to have you, yes, sir. So good to have you, Mr. Chris. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome today. The truth is, today we're going beyond these signs, obvious signs everywhere. No, today we're talking about the quiet signals. The quiet signals from Benin State, from Benin City, Edo State. I see you. We are talking about the quiet signals, the ones that people experience. But you know, the struggles you have with your reading that you don't even have a language for. Because you know, trauma doesn't always shout. Trauma is silent. Trauma whispers. But trauma changes meaning. Not only the ability to do a thing, but the meaning you now have about the thing. Trauma doesn't remove your ability to read, no, but it changes how reading feels. It changes what reading means to you. Meaning. It's not exactly about the moment. Trauma is always about the meaning. It's about how your brain now relates to books. So the signs we're going to be looking at today are beneath just behavior. No, they live in interpretation. And I'm going to be showing you 10 rarely named signs, subtle signs, that your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma. Are you ready for the conversation? Type in the comment section. Ready. Now, what you want to do is to go share this live with somebody, anybody you know that has reading struggles. Anybody you know that the person keep buying books, they cannot finish them, they don't know why they keep struggling with books. I mean, sitting down to read for 10 minutes is such a struggle. Get them on this conversation because I'll be showing you 10 reasons. It is not just what you know. It is beyond it. We're going to go into some depths today, and I'll be showing you signs that are not subtle while you are struggling with your reading. Let's get into the conversation, shall we? Invite somebody, tell somebody to tell somebody that we are live today. Hello, hi everybody. Hi Esther, hi Kaylana. So good to have you all here. What you want to do is to go share this live with somebody. Okay, so I think we had a little bit of network glitch. Please confirm that you can see and hear me now. Where did I stop? Did you hear the reason, the sign number 1? Did you get sign number 1? It's better, it's clear. Is it clear now? Did you get sign number 1? Sign number 1, I said, sign number 1 is you feel you must earn reading. You feel you must earn reading. And I said it's not really your fault. If that's how you feel about reading, it's because most times we bought reading. We bought with reading. So we needed to earn playtime. We needed to earn Christmas clothes. Because the parent will say, if you don't come out with this position in class, then you're not qualified for this clothes, this Christmas gift, right? So now that you are an adult, you now feel that since you have paid so much price with reading, then you need to now do other things with your life and then get to this place where you feel you earn reading. So reading becomes a reward, not a nourishment. Every day you read, I need you to know, dear busy professional, that it is nourishment for your brain. It is brain food. It's brain food. It's mental clarity for you. It's how you build speed of thoughts in all areas of life. How you read is how you think, and it shows in how you speak. But you see, most of us are struggling with reading because we think it's a reward. Reading is not nourishment for us. If you feel this way, it is not discipline. It is conditional safety. You have conditioned yourself because books don't feel safe for you. So you're around the space of conditional safety. You're conditioning yourself to make you feel like it's safe to read again. And in that space, you will keep on struggling with your reading. You keep on having struggles with your reading. That's the first sign your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma. You think, you feel that you must earn reading. Sign number 2, you feel intellectually intimidated by books. Do you feel this way? Write in the comment section for me. I feel it, coach. If you're just joining me, welcome in here. This is the Smart Short Break series, and yes, we go live Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. West African time to share with you everything about smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. And you would love it being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell a friend, call a professional that needs to be here, that is struggling with their reading, that I have a solution for them. I'm sharing with you today 10 subtle signs your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma. You haven't heard anything about reading trauma before? Exactly. That's why I'm here today, to show it to you. Sign number 2. You feel intellectually intimidated by books, even though you choose them, even though you bought them. Hello, Joshua. Hi. Let me know in the comment section, where are you joining me from? Let me know. I'd love to know where you're joining me from. Thank you. Now, you bought books. You agree with the message of the book. You wanted to learn more about money, so you got Psychology of Money. You loved the book. But every time you open the book, you feel small. You open the book, you love it, you bought it, but each time you open the book, you feel small. You look at the book, why we want you to be rich. You look at the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You feel too small to start and finish those books. That is reading trauma playing right there. And it's exactly why you keep struggling with finishing books. It's not necessarily because the book is difficult, no. It is because reading carries a performance pressure that began from your childhood. You were forced to read to perform. You were pressurized to read. So, if the books in your shelves make you feel small, it is not that you are struggling with reading, it's that you're struggling with reading trauma. And the healing from reading trauma course is your gift to yourself to finally free yourself from reading with fear, force, or failure. All right, currently in Nigeria, it is 1 p.m. West African time, thereabouts. Yep. 11 minutes above 1 p.m. for those asking. All right, sign number 3. The third reason you are struggling with reading, and your struggle is largely tied to reading trauma, is because you rush the first pages for no reason. Dear busy professional, come closer. One of the most important pages of the books you read is the first pages. You cannot rush through the chapters. You cannot rush through table of contents. That's what I mean by chapters. You cannot rush through the introduction. You cannot rush through why I wrote you this book. You know those columns? Those form the most important, the most crucial, the most important part of the book you're reading. So you cannot afford to rush through them. But you see, every time you find yourself rushing through the first pages, you want to get to the middle, you just want to finish up this book, hey, pay attention. It's reading trauma playing out right there. Because even when you are not busy, you hurry through the opening pages. Your brain is just trying to scan. And what your brain is looking for, how much effort will this take? I don't want to take in so much time. Why do you feel that way? Because books feel like a threat. That is threat assessment happening. That's not curiosity. You're not rushing off because you're curious. You're rushing off because you're going through a threat assessment. You want to quickly check and assess this thing. What's not threatening me? How many pages? I can't deal. That is reading trauma playing out right there. Sign number 4. You keep restarting books you've already read. If you're just joining me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You will love it being here. I'm talking about 10 subtle signs your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma. If you keep struggling with buying books and you don't finish them, you keep buying books, you cannot find 10 minutes in a day to read your book, then this conversation is for you. Stay here. Let me know in the comment section, where are you joining me from? The 4th sign you are struggling with reading trauma, and that is why you keep struggling with buying books, sitting down to start and finish them, is because you keep restarting books you've already read. You reread the beginning repeatedly, but you barely move forward. You've been at the beginning for the past how many months? You barely move forward. Your brain is stuck in orientation mode. Your brain never gets to really settle fully. That's a safety issue playing out there. It's not a memory issue. It's not, I don't know why I read, I don't remember. No, it is a safety issue. Your brain doesn't feel safe with books. So you cannot actually store. I've said in one of our live sessions that it is safety first before storage. Safety first before storage. When it comes to books, that's why when every professional, when I meet people that say things like, I can't remember what I read, I don't know what, I can't create the books I read, it feels like I'm just consuming because I don't know what I'm doing with the knowledge. Hey, your brain is still looking for safety around books and you're forcing it to store. It is safety first before storage. Let your brain feel safe around books first. Get into the healing from reading trauma course. Heal from all of the reading trauma that happened to you. You struggled with books. You struggle with books. Your parents forced you to read. Reading feels like pressure to you because of your childhood experiences with books, negative past experiences with books. Sign number 5. You feel relief when you put a book down. You need to notice this one carefully. Think about it. Some of us, even when we finally get to read a book, the moment we're done, we just breathe. Such relief, I'm done, finally. I know you may try to justify this. You may try to explain it. You may even try to defend it. Coach, you won't understand that book. I've been on that book for the past 3 weeks. When I finished, I needed to feel good. I felt a relief. Coach, don't worry, I felt relief. Leave it. I felt relief. Well, it's because no one has ever asked you, is it really relief you felt? Or you felt guilty? You felt guilty that you were missing out so many things. So finally, I can now breathe. I'm done with that book. Guilt is a large sign of stored pressure. Yeah. When something has pressurized you so much, when you leave it and then you come back to it, there's this guilt in you. So it is what is showing in the pressure. Sign number 7. You confuse reading with proving. Reading is not proving. Reading is we going to a mental exercise daily. It is you taking your brain to a mental gym. Just the way you took your body to a physical gym 5 a.m. this morning. You went on a prayer walk, you went to the gym, you went through the treadmill for 30 minutes just to, give your body some exercise. That's what happens to your brain. So just the way you're not proving a point by choosing to exercise, choosing to eat right, choosing to take more water, are you doing it to prove a point? No, you are doing it for nourishment. That's what happens with reading. Every time you go to the brain gym, part of the brain gym is to read daily. It's not for proving, it's for reading. We're not reading to prove a point. But each time you find yourself in a place where you're trying to prove, you're trying to justify, you're trying to explain, you're trying to defend, not because anyone asked you, but because part of you feels guilty, so you're trying to prove. You're not trying to read. Every time this happens, know that the reading struggle you are having is tied to reading trauma. It is tied to reading trauma. It is tied. Why are you reading to prove that you are smarter? You're reading to prove that you are. Number 6. Okay, did I skip number 6? Okay, that means I'll have to take number 6 as number 7. So this is number 6. All right, thank you for that. Number 6 is that you confuse reading with proving. So you're trying to prove to the world that, hey, I'm reading because I want to prove that I'm smarter. I'm reading because I want to prove that I'm relevant. I'm reading because I want to prove that I'm not falling behind. I'm still there. When reading becomes proof, the brain stays alert, not open. Write it down. When reading becomes something you do to prove a point, your brain stays alert, not open. Have you seen a security man before? Your security man is at the gate. He's not open to opening the door to anybody. He's alert. So even when he steps out of the gate and comes out in front of the gate, right? He's not coming out to open the door for anybody. He's trying to be alert. He's trying to be situationally aware. He's trying to be environmentally aware. That is what your brain does to you every time you want to read to prove. It's not open. So you read and you forget. You read and you don't know what you read. You are in a space where your brain is alert. It's not open. Your brain wants to catch you trying to read book and stop it. Yes, Mr. Chris, you're correct. When reading becomes a proving, your brain is not open. Your brain starts working like a security man. Yeah. It's checking. Who's coming? Who is this? Who is that? You know, one of the people that are never opening their gates for you is the security man. Emergency mood. Thank you, Mr. Chris. That mood is the mood. Just picture your security. Just picture your security. He's always alert. He's not opening the door. Even when you come in, let's say if there was any issue, and you know that's why reading trauma is bad. Just imagine what the security does to your home when. Imagine what your security does to your brain every time that you get into a space where you are. Let's say something happened around your environment. You know, your security will be so alert that even when he knows it's your car, he knows it is you. But if something just looks different, maybe your car is looking more shiny that day, maybe you went to do some fresh spraying on your car. Just say, madam, I didn't know it was you. So you're going to spend a little bit more time at the gate. Your own security. Your estate security that knows you. That you gave money to how many days ago. Why? Just because he's at alert. He is trying to prove a point that this job is what's being paid. Exactly. Don't make your brain feel like it has to prove a point every time it has to read. And this is not your fault. It's trauma. It's trauma. They made you read at age 7 to prove. Your mother used your grades as a bragging right in school. So you had to read anyway. If you're reading and you have gotten to a point where your brain is confusing reading with proving, it's part of the reason you're struggling with reading. And it's largely tied to healing, reading trauma. Get healing now. Join the Healing from Reading Trauma course right away. So let's go to number 7 now, which is my number 6, by the way, but we swapped it, okay? So number 7, you over-explain why you are not reading. Reading trauma is evil. So something happened to you that morning. You couldn't meet up with your schedule. You had an emergency. You had a toddler who had a cold. You couldn't read that morning. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. But you begin to over-explain. Because somewhere inside you, that child who was traumatized with books is still looking for a voice. He wants to still cry out to the world. So you justify, you explain, you defend, not because anyone asked you, but because a part of you still feels guilty. Now, the truth is, guilt is stored pressure. Guilt is stored pressure. I'm trying not to make this long because I want everybody to be able to get these 10 signs locked in, understand it, and get it clear. Get it clear. Sign number 8. The 8th sign, your reading struggle is tied to reading trauma, is because you feel disconnected from what you read. Every time you see yourself disconnected, you just read a book now. You read a book last week, you can't remember anything. You feel disconnected, you can't find yourself inside the book you're reading. Hey, when you're healed from reading trauma, you pick up a book, you see yourself inside. When you don't feel connected to the book you're reading, you are struggling with reading trauma. You understand the words, but they don't land emotionally. See, I've said it before. Retention has to do with information plus emotion. Write it down. Everything that went into retention, you know retention, long-term memory. You know those things you say, I can never forget the day my elder brother gave me a slap. Do you know why it's in your retention? That information came with an emotion. There was a way that slap made you feel. That's why you have grandparents and they are late. You still remember some things they told you. The day your grandmother called you one early morning and she was in tears and she started praying for you. And she said, Nemeka, my son, you came to this village for Christmas and you bought me a new pair of glasses when you knew I needed it. Nemeka, my God will bless you. Now, you may forget some things with your grandma, but you see those things that happen with emotion. I'm an expert. I'm a confidence coach. And my job is to help busy professionals master confidence, smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. So the core of what I do is smart reading. So anything that has to do with reading, trust me, I know it. Every time you retain anything in your memory, it's because it was mixed. The information was mixed with emotion. So just do this math. Information plus emotion equals retention. Information plus emotion equals retention. Information plus retention I beg your pardon. Information plus emotion equals retention. Information plus emotion equals retention. Information plus emotion equals, yes, Vivian, you're correct. Thank you, Vivian. Let me see if I can pin your post. All right. Yes, that's correct. Information plus emotion equals retention. So yes, most times when you struggle with reading, it's because it's not. Now, if you feel disconnected with the book you read, it's simply because you read that book without information. And somebody may be asking me, so how do I read a book with emotion? It's simple. Let the words land emotionally. Find yourself inside that book. Find yourself inside that book. Don't be emotionally distant from your book. So I'll give you an example. You are reading about the psychology of money. Don't read it like I'm reading Psychology of Money, the book the author wrote. No. Read it as me. I want to understand what is my own psychology about money now that I want to get from this book. Emotionally connect. You're reading 5 a.m. Club. Read it as by the end of this book, I will be the admin of 5 a.m. Club. So I'm looking for a way to systemize 5 a.m. waking up in my own life through this book. I don't know if that's clear enough. I don't know if that's clear enough. But you see, you cannot do this if reading has hurt you before. Oh, sorry, I was muted for a while. If reading has hurt you before, you cannot. You cannot. Something has hurt you before. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chris. Something has hurt you before. You can't mix. The only emotion you'll be having to mix with the information is pain. It's pain. You'll be able to, oh, by the way, one of the guides you will get in the bundle, you will get the Healing from Reading Trauma bundle, is a 6-in-1. One of it is the Pleasure Reading Planner. I'm going to be showing you how to read for pleasure. Because now I'm talking about retention, and I said retention is simply information plus emotion. The question is, what emotion is there when you're reading that book? That's why if you don't heal from reading trauma, you will read, but you will not be able to retain. That's just the truth. You will not be able to retain. You will not. Because the emotion you have about book, there's always an emotion. There's a place where your heart is already before you add that information. It is about the emotion you have that determines what to mix with the information that can now lead to retention or not. Now, every time you notice that you feel disconnected from what you can't see yourself in that 5 a.m. Club book, you can't see yourself there, it's because that struggle is tied to reading trauma. So you lack insight from the book you're reading. You are emotionally distant from the book you're reading. Your brain hasn't relaxed enough to integrate. You can't retain. Sign number 9. I hope that's clear enough. Sign number 9. You fantasize about the old you who read easily. Why are you fantasizing? And if you find yourself in any of these signs, see the screen. On the screen, you will see the details for joining the Healing from Reading Trauma course. Join that course and heal. Join that course and heal. You need to get to a place where the emotion you feel about reading is pleasure. Let's have the details on how to register for the course. All right. So, number 9, you fantasize about the old you. You fantasize about the old you. You keep saying things like, in my primary school days, in my secondary school days, in my days, I used to read more. I wasn't like this before. You see that comparison going on right there. It's quietly creating shame. That's why you must not compare. The Bible says those who compare themselves with themselves are not wise. They are fools. Fools are people who create shame to themselves. Now, in your case, you're comparing yourself with the old you. Because if I say it, I'm supposed to say, no, I'm not even comparing myself with anybody. You may not be in a space of comparison with others. However, you are comparing yourself with yourself. Okay, sorry about that. You compare yourself with others. That comparison is quietly killing shame. It's quietly killing shame. It's quietly killing honor. It's quietly killing the zeal to want to read. So there's a shame playing out right there. And shame freezes learning. Shame freezing learning. Freezes learning. So constantly comparing yourself with the old you is killing learning because it's causing shame. Finally, sign number 10. You keep searching for techniques. Dear busy professional, stop looking for reading techniques. Get healing from reading trauma first. You know, it's like somebody who's been hurt in time past. And the person is busy asking, how do I make my marriage work? How do I make my marriage work? You need to heal first. Heal before you deal, right? And yes, one of the guides you're getting is the heal before you read guide. Heal before you read. Before you deal with books, heal. You keep searching for techniques. You've gone for speed reading. As I'm talking, I'm saying, coach, just don't worry. I just want to come for the speed reading masterclass. See the way I'm looking at you. It's like somebody who has been emotionally hurt. You know, even if that person decides to go speedily and enter into a new relationship, what will happen? What will happen? That person will still struggle. So it's not about how fast can I enter a relationship and get married. It's about healing first. Stop looking for speed, summaries.